Welcome to your Stock Tips and Daily News Report. My name is Al, and I'll be your host today. In today's video, I will be discussing Friday's unemployment rate and jobs report, the physical infrastructure bill, the extended CDC eviction protection and student loan deferment plan, the increased interest in lockdown searches, immigration news, notable weekly earnings, and top trending stocks that might rally according to Google Trends. But first, I want to talk about last week's stock marketplace. Last week, on August 3rd, I made a video discussing my bullishness on the new IPO Robinhood stock when it was trading at $43. I set a price target of $65. Within one day, the stock rallied all the way up to $85, almost doubling your return on investment. Furthermore, on July 27th, I talked about how the company Tilray, ticker symbol TLRY, could possibly rally. I spoke about this company when it was trading at $12.72. Within the next day, it rallied all the way up to $16.49. I will create future videos on how to use technical analysis and price action, such as the Relative Strength Index RSI, MACD, Simple Moving Average, etc., to know when to exit your positions. On Friday, August 6, U.S. Labor Department released its strong July jobs report, adding 943,000 jobs versus the expected 865,000, bringing down the unemployment rate to 5.4%, the lowest since March 2020. It is important to note that the strong jobs number are signaling to the fact that there might be a future tapering of assets. Watch the segment in the most recent public announcement from the Feds in this short video clip.
And if you could be more specific about what substantial further progress would look like, and if that would then lead you to an announcement of an actual reduction in the purchases of your assets.
So what would substantial further progress be? I'd say we have some ground to cover on the labor market side. I think we're some way away from having had substantial further progress with toward the maximum employment goal. I would want to see some strong job numbers. And that's kind of the idea.
If October's job report comes back beating expectations, I will most certainly assume that the Feds will start tapering and ending their monetary asset purchases of $120 billion each month. On Saturday, the $1.2 trillion spending bill called the American Jobs Plan passed with a hurdle of 67 yeses and 27 nos. This sets the stage for the final vote expected late Monday night, August 9th, to finally send the bill out of the senators' hands and into the House of Representatives. Once the physical infrastructure bill is passed, their focus will be on the social infrastructure bill. So this week is very crucial for the American people, economy, the stock market, and beyond. It is important to note that this is a major catalyst that will drive electric vehicle charging stations stocks to rally, as approximately $7 billion is allocated to electric charging stations in the United States. Stocks like EVGO, BLNK, and ChargePoint, which the first two are reporting earnings this week on Wednesday. Furthermore, this week on August 11th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics will release their Consumer Price Index, an indicator that is able to move markets. Thus is why I am reporting on it. The CPI data will exclude food and energy prices and is expected to have risen by 4.3% in July when compared to last year, the fastest it has ever grown in 3 decades. However, it is important to note that the Federal Chairman Reserve stated that these year-over-year increases are transitory and they will go down just like lumber prices earlier this year. On June 29th, the Supreme Court ruled that the further extension of the eviction protection was unconstitutional and required the act of Congress. However, on August 3rd, the CDC issued an extension regardless of what the Supreme Court stated. Regardless of the matter, if the eviction protection continues, then faith in the courts will decrease. Likewise, if the Supreme Court cancels the eviction protection, 11 million Americans are at risk of being homeless. On late Friday, August 6th, the Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, extended the student loan deferment to January 31, 2022. I hope this news brings relief to my community that is watching as we fight our way out of this pandemic. This figure was taken from Google Trends as I searched for lockdowns from the beginning of the pandemic in February 1st of 2020 till August 9th, 2021, today. As you can see, the search term lockdowns has been increasing rapidly in the month of July and August. These are important to follow as the stock market likes to project forward in time of where the economy would be. Countries around the world are considering lockdowns due to the Delta variant, and according to Dr. Fauci, If this variant is allowed to spread, untamed by the vaccine, the new, more deadlier variants may become a reality, which not only will affect the health of our nation and beyond, but our economy and stock market as a whole. In immigration news, last week a record high of 7,000 migrants were released in downtown McAllen, Texas, where they were immediately tested for the coronavirus. Unfortunately, more than 1,500 people tested positive. The city issued a statement regarding the major public health concern. More to follow on the story. Stay posted. Here is a beautifully summarized table regarding notable earnings this week. This is a very important week. I cannot emphasize this enough. I created the red stars for notable earnings that Wall Street and retail investors will be focusing on. The labeled green boxes have strong catalysts such as the physical and social infrastructure bill that is set to pass in the soon future. I am highly bullish on Clover Health, as when the social infrastructure bill is written and passed, most likely through a budget reconciliation, I believe part of that bill's money will be allocated to Medicare recipients, thus helping Clover Health's business model. Furthermore, my highest of conviction plays will be Palantir, which will report earnings on Thursday before market open. I am currently creating a Palantir video and cannot over-communicate how bullish I am on this wonderful, beautiful, and amazing stock. This Friday, institutional investment managers will be sending their SEC Form 13F filing reports regarding their holdings. These are required documents for institutional investors with at least $100 million in assets under management. In 1975, Congress intended these filings to provide transparency on the holdings of the nation's biggest investors. These filings can give retail investors like ourselves some clues on which stocks big money has their eyes on or off. Fidelity recently purchased 7.4% in Mara, ticker symbol MARA holdings for $20 million. Increased institutional ownership of the stock validates the Bitcoin mining business model and brings more attention to many hedge funds/institutions as they are monitoring each other's investments. Furthermore, the Chinese crackdown on Bitcoin miners has increased the demand and value of U.S. mining companies like Mara. I am monitoring this company very closely. This stock could potentially double within the next year or two. This figure was taken from Google Trends as I searched for trending stocks, and it looks like Clov, CLOV, Palantir, PLTR, and CCIV Lucid Motors are among the highest Google Trends search interest. All right, this caps off today's daily news and weekly stock market earnings summary. I will keep you posted on upcoming price targets on Clover Health, ticker symbol CLOV, Palantir, PLTR, and Tattooed Chef, as these are my highest of conviction plays. If you like what you have seen, smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on all notifications. I appreciate your time. God bless you.